welcome back to the channel. Want another truck buying adventure today, back in the truck. We're gonna go look at a crew cab today. Hopefully I get to bring it home. We're gonna go take a look at it, and if I get to bring it home, we'll get it on a trailer and we'll check it out, and I'll show you guys what we got. So see you guys in. Well guys, we ended up picking it up. It's a, I don't know if you can see it back there a little bit. It's a 69 Lunar Green Crew Cab F350, so it's a long bed. It actually runs. It doesn't have brakes, so I can't really drive it, but it does run. It fired up great and actually drove it on the trailer. C6 automatic. I think it's got a 390 in it. I haven't really done a lot of digging on it because all I did was get it bought and loaded on the trailer. Just like any crew cab purchase, you had to be the first one there with cash, and that I was. It was only about an hour and a half away from my shop, so when I saw this thing listed up, I headed that way, and we got it loaded on the trailer. So I'm gonna find a spot to stop off and get back to eat, and we might take a poke at it on the trailer here and show you guys, and then we'll dig into it some more when we get it back at the shop like always. Thanks guys. Well, here it is guys, 69 Lunar Green F350 crew cab. It's a long bed. I love that lunar green paint on this thing. Sadly, somebody put a bunch of silver paint over the doors and a little bit on the interior here. So I'm gonna see if the pressure washer will take that off, but I'm battling a low camera battery, so I'm not gonna take up much time here. We're gonna head back to the shop, and we're gonna see if we can get this thing taken care of, cleaned up, and see what we got hiding underneath all that stuff. So see you guys back at the shop. Well, hey guys, welcome back to the shop. We got the truck pulled in here, and it actually drove in here by itself, which is pretty cool. I'm not used to them running, especially when they're in this condition. It's nice to have it running. I didn't get it driven off the trailer. It was a little low on transmission fluid, and there's no brakes. So I used the forklift to get it off the trailer, threw a quarter ATF in there, and got it driving, so drove it in the shop here. A little warm. Usually I film when it's on the trailer, but it's about 25 degrees today and about a 25-mile-an-hour wind. When the wind speed and the temperature is the same, I don't like to be outside. So we're in the shop here, a little nicer in here, but wanted to give you a little story time today before we go digging into this truck. Yesterday was a pretty eventful day, and the events that transpired throughout the day was really interesting, and it involved this truck, so I thought I would share it with you guys before we go digging into the truck. First off, this truck popped up for sale in Marketplace. It's actually in some groups, some Facebook groups, not on Marketplace. So some nationwide groups. So it had a lot of attention, and some of you guys might have even seen it for sale. I know a lot of my followers on Instagram did. Cubic Motorsports on Instagram, if you're interested in that kind of stuff. You know, lots of interest. The guy was getting flooded with messages. And I caught it within 15 minutes of him posting it, sent a message, got the okay to come down and check it out. It was about an hour and 50 minutes away from me, south of me, so had some stuff to do here, had some semi to unload, got that truck unloaded, hooked on the trailer and started heading out. And I tried to get an address from the guy so I know a place to meet him. Didn't hear anything, and I got about halfway there and kind of considered stopping or turning around, and because I didn't have an address or anything, and the guy was being kind of sketchy, and I didn't want, actually the day before this, it'd be 2 days ago now, the day just before I went to go get this truck, there was another 67 F600 Crew that I tried to get. I got the trailer all ready to go, got everything hooked on, and right before I pulled out, the person messaged me and said somebody just sent a deposit on it, you know, so don't come. So things like that unfortunately do happen, so I was kind of worried about that on this one. But since it was a crew cab, and a Lunar Green Crew Cab at that, I decided to keep going. I knew the town where the truck was, so I thought I would just keep driving towards the town, and hopefully the guy would message me back and give me an address. I didn't even have his phone number. So I kept driving, and I got within about 20 minutes of the town, and finally I got a message with an address. So then now we're game on. So I put the address in the GPS. I start heading there. It's only like 10, you know, like I said, 15, 20 minutes away. And I pull up there, meet the guy. We go in there and look at the truck. I'm just looking at the truck and just looking it over. Everything seems normal. And then I start talking about, yeah, I'll take the truck. Tried to negotiate down a little bit. He didn't want to negotiate, which makes sense if he's getting a whole bunch of messages. But told him I was interested in the truck, and I would take the truck. And then things started getting weird. He started saying things like, I got all kinds of people sending me money. I don't know what I'm going to do. I got a big headache, kind of things like that. And it just kind of, everything seemed weird to me. And I thought he was going to try to up the price and get more money out of it, which if he would have done that, I would have just went to my truck and left. I'm not going to deal with that kind of stuff. But, he's acting weird. And, he said, no, I'll sell it to you for the price. Okay. And, we just kind of left it at that. And we loaded it on the trailer, made the deal. And I was heading back. And I'd stopped to check the trailer and stuff and was checking Instagram, and somebody had sent me a message. So I looked at the message, and it was somebody that said they wanted to come by the shop here and see me because they were coming down to Oklahoma to pick up a 69 crew cab. And they wanted to stop by the shop here, and I thought, oh, that's cool. I just bought a 69 crew cab, and they're going to get a 69 crew cab. I like 69s. I wanted to see a picture of it. He couldn't get a picture sent to me, but I sent him a picture of this one, and turns out we had bought the same truck. One of the guys that saw that post online, he'd been messaging the guy. He said he messaged him within 18 minutes of it being listed, so way in the beginning. And he had been talking to him, and he actually sent a deposit or paid for the whole thing. And the guy said, if you send the money, you can own it, and I'll send this other guy away that's coming to go look at it. And I get there, and he makes no mention of that, other than after we agreed to purchase the truck. But it's just a whole screwy deal. I don't know the guy's intentions. I know the guy that messaged me, he got his money back, so there wasn't any scamming going on or anything like that. But when you're selling stuff, and especially a crew cab like this, you have to be honest and be real nice to your buyers, because you can't do things like that to people, especially when you tell them that it's their truck and they're making plans to come get it, and they might take off work, go rent a trailer, stuff like that they can't recoup that time and money spent. Hey, Rocky. But anyway, guys, I'm probably dragging this on longer than it needs to be, but when you're selling something like that, you just gotta, the first person that messages you gotta say, hey, this guy's coming to go look at it. I'll let you know if he passes on it, and I'll come to you. You can't be taking money from people while you got people coming to look at it. That was just a whole big mess. But I'm glad it all worked out in the end. I felt really bad for the guy that I bought the truck, and he thought he bought it, and he was real excited about getting a bump side crew cab. But I offered if I ever do sell this truck, I'll sell it. I'll give him the first right of refusal for selling this thing. So he might end up with it in the long run. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. But guys, I'm talking too much. Let's go dig into the truck and see what we got. Well, here we go, guys. I hope that story wasn't too long and some of you guys are still watching. 69 Lunar Green F350, like we saw there on the side of the road. She has a bunch of this silver paint that somebody put on it at one point in time. I am really hopeful that my steam cleaner will blast this stuff off. It's even on the inside here. Oh, that stuff's just terrible looking. I can't believe they covered up that lunar green paint, and it looks like it's in great condition, or would have been in great condition. It doesn't have a bunch of it missing, other than the rust in the bottom. We'll get to that. Up here on the roof, first thing, crew cabs, everybody looks at the roof, and this one is actually in really good shape, I think. I was really nice to see that roof. I can't find any spots. I'm sure if you get to looking real hard, you'll find some pinholes or things like that, but nothing too crazy. Get over here on the other side. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think the roof is pretty good, guys. Here's a shot at the other side. Some more of that silver paint, and on the inside of this door as well. I really do. That really is upsetting that they did all that. But it's already starting to come off in a lot of places, so I'm hoping that it will just blow off, you know what I mean? Back here in the back, long bed. It has a fuel tank. It has a bed frame for a headache rack. That's kind of interesting. I think these These tires, well, at least this one I know for sure, were on it when the person was driving it last, because there's a receipt in the glove box for American General tires they bought at Sam's Club, 950 16.5s. So these are 16.5 wheels. These look older, so I'm not sure if those were on the truck or not, but there is a receipt for some Generals, so at least that one. These are 16s, and the wheels don't match and the wheels aren't right, so I was hoping I would get some one-piece wheels that are in good shape, but these are 16.5s. It's harder to get wheels for or tires for those, and these are the wrong wheels. So I don't have a good set of wheels. It does have a really good heavy-duty hitch bumper. The bed is pretty beat up, and everything's rotted out. I see how bad that's beat up over there. So the bed's not in very good shape, unfortunately. But, you know, if you're just making a beater, it would work for that. It does have a the filler neck here, and the early style in-bed filler with some patch panels. Looks like there's some wood. There was a wood floor in this at some point. I don't know what's going on there. But this thing has a really nice interior, really. I mean, considering the rest of the truck, the dash pad doesn't even have any cracks in it. I don't know. It's got a little bitty thing right there. I don't know if this is a OEM dash pad or what, but it has a hole in it right here for this light that's no longer there. But dash pad is actually in pretty good shape. Base model gauge cluster for the 69 is a C6 automatic. Headliner trim is there, although we only have one headliner. The rear seat was actually in the bed of the truck, and I was digging around in that thing, and the reason I put it back in here was the original build sheet is still in here, so I didn't want that to get wet or anything blow away in the wind. So I put that seat in here just to protect that seat, the build sheet. And there's actually some handwritten notes on this one that I've never seen before. All my crew cabs that have a sheet do have a 6-man crew, and it's circled on the sheet right there, I guess, so you don't miss that it's a crew cab. But on this one, it has a crew cab, and then right here it says 2 HD, and I can't read this part, so I don't know what that says. But I thought that was pretty cool. And there's also a paper tag right there for the part number for the seat, and that's still there, so that's cool. The crew cab specific seat rails are right there in the floorboard, so that was pretty nice to see those. They just have a little bit, they are raised up a little bit to fit the rear seat. So those are just slightly different than the front seat rails. F35, so F350, 165 wheelbase. U is Lunar Green, so you know that's real neat to see. 6,600 pound GVW, which is pretty low for a 1-ton. I know the 6-cylinders I have been like that, but this one's a V8. 360 was what it originally came with, but maybe the automatic made it a 6,600 pound GVW. I'm not sure. Some of the other ones I have that have the MP435, they're 8,000 pound. But locking 410 locking rear Dana 70, so that's cool. In here in the engine, it does run, actually. I'll just fire it up for you since we're talking about it. I drove it in here. Got leaking exhaust manifolds, obviously, because it's heavy. That's enough of that. Now this engine is kind of unique. The reason I have the wood here is these are the hood hinges. Ugh. So we don't have any springs, and they put some tin around the rock on the inner fenders. And I got this prop here, but this engine, I think it's probably going to be a 390. It has C7AE-A heads, which is kind of a 67 car. Could be 390, 428, 410, even a 352. So any of that kind of stuff. I'm guessing the most common thing it could be would be a 390. Won't know for sure until we measure the stroke, but it's not the original engine for sure. Those would not be the correct heads. It have a C8AE-H head for a truck. I think somebody tried to get this, or did get this thing running sometime in the summertime. 621 is that battery, so this battery's been new, and they used a piece of plastic and some zip screws to secure the battery. But they got a new oil filter, oil sending unit, so they probably changed the oil. The accelerator pump is leaking terribly, so they didn't fix that. Here's some more of their handiwork, their rust repair. So, you know, this thing's basically restored. Here's some more. So yeah, this thing is quite rusty. The cab mounts have been repaired with some sheet metal. Down here we have a bunch of rust. This is like really bad. I kind of feel like I'm Kevin from Junkyard Digs dealing with Iowa trucks. As much rust as this thing has. See all that rust in there? I haven't really even crawled under this thing much, but it is terribly rusty here. Big giant holes. Rust there, rust there. That's bad. So, ugh. You can see the ceiling through when you're underneath the truck. But it does have some pretty good rear doors. You know, they're straight. They do have some rust in the corners here. But overall, the doors are in pretty good shape. The rear doors, the front ones have a little bit of rust as well, but you know, definitely fixable. It did have 3-leg Western mirrors on it originally. And another cool thing, here's these seat rails for the rear. See how they don't have a slider, and they have that piece of C-channel right there that raises the seat up. There's our hood hinges. Maybe they were planning on putting the right ones on because they had them all painted and stuff. In here in the glove box, we have a car care kit, a bunch of receipts and stuff for tires and generators, or alternators, that kind of thing. But here it has tires new and have a date 89 at 221,900. So I'm guessing this truck has a ton of use on it. If it in 1989 and had 221,000 miles on it, that is a ton for one of these old pickups. And you can really tell by the foot pedal, the brake pedal, how it's wore all the way down, and the gas pedal is even gone. So that's a good indication that this thing was well used. So it had a lot of use in it during its life. Hopefully somebody, me, maybe somebody else, can get this thing back on the road and get some more driving miles on it. But in here I wanted to show you all these receipts and stuff. Right here, the owner's manual. Now these are cool to have the original because in here they have the selling dealer. If I can get, that's old registration. So here's the owner identification from the original owner's manual. It was sold May 29th, 1969 at Reedy Ford Incorporated, Ark City, Kansas. Now, Ark City, Kansas is not very far away from me. It's about 16 miles away, and Reedy Ford was the Ford dealership there up until a couple years ago. I think it sold to a local dealer that bought it and changed the name of it. But it had been Reedy Ford for all these years, and it's only 16 miles away from me. So how cool is that? We went and got this truck, and it was sold 16 miles away from me in 1969, 53 years ago. So I thought that was really cool. I wanted to show you that, these guys, or you guys. I did get a MARTA report on this truck. Not a lot of crazy, cool stuff on it. One thing, in 1969, there was only 886 crew cab, F350 crew cabs in 69. So it's kind of a rare bird. The older they get, the rarer they are. Unfortunately, Marty, I don't think they have solid numbers on 67 and 68s. So 69 is the first year where you get specialized statistics for a crew cab. So I wanted to order one for this one. That's cool to see. 800, 3-digit production number for the 1 tons. But overall, for now, my goal with this truck is I'm going to try to get that paint cleaned up. I'm hoping my steam cleaner will blast that silver paint off, and I know it'll get all the moss off, and we'll see what this Lunar Green paint really looks like. Hopefully it looks really good. The rust is pretty bad. I'm gonna do some more looking and digging and see if I think it's something I want to tackle. It might be a bigger job than I want to handle, just because it would take me so long to do it, and I have plenty of other things to do. But that'll be a decision I'll make for another day. I want to thank you guys for watching this episode. I hope you like this Lunar Green truck. I really love the Lunar Green. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite color is for an old Ford pickup. I would love to hear that. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope I find another crew cab to show you guys. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Thanks, guys.